My name is Sharne and I've been riding my Vespa for 6 years. I got into riding because of my husband. He's been brought up around bikes his whole life, and his bike licence had lapsed, and it was something that he thought perhaps I may be interested in, and so we decided to get our licences together. I am riding a Vespa, the Racing 60s 2020 300cc. I've had 3 bikes in total. So the second bike was a 300cc. It was black, it was a matte colour, and at the time it was fantastic, but I was like, nah, I'm sick of the colour of this. So I wanted something new, something fresh. And when I saw the new model that Vespa had brought out in 2020, I said, that's the one I want. For me, it's the quality of the bike. I feel safe on a Vespa. I've never had it break down on me. I mean, obviously that comes with, you got to look after your bikes. You got to make sure that you service it regularly. You don't want to be left on the side of the Sydney Harbour Bridge breaking down. Like, you want to make sure that you look after your bike and get it serviced. So for me, Vespa represents safety, it represents quality, and it represents fun. I love the sense of community it brings. Like, we actually have joined a local bike club. So that would be something that I would suggest. If you've got a local bike club, have a look online. There's plenty of them, you know, look on your socials. And for us, joining a club where other people have that love of riding and that sense of freedom that you get is something that really drew us to this particular club. And also, it's a great way to meet people. Like, we have so many different people from different walks of life, all different age groups. For us, it's about inclusion. It's about that sense of community. Particularly during the pandemic, it was definitely an outlet for us, which gave us that sense of freedom that most of us felt like was taken away during the last 2 years. I think we cater to lots of different riders. So for the beginner person that's just got their license, you're welcome. For the person that's been riding for 20, 50 years, whatever, you're welcome. So for us, it's about just that sense of, we have small rides, we have large rides. In particular, we do have sort of a lot of rides that we do down the south coast in Wollongong, and we've got another bike club that we associate down there, and we often get them to lead the rides down there. We go up to Newcastle. There was a group of us that actually rode to Melbourne in 2021, which was fun. We rode around Phillip Island, and people thought we were mad, but we didn't care. We catered to different rides within Sydney, outside of Sydney, and it's very much about riding as a group, not as a single rider. Because if you're riding in Sydney traffic, that's a very different type of riding to riding with a group. We make sure we follow the rules, we make sure we stagger our riding in the city, and then on the country roads, you ride single file to make the most of your turns and the experience of riding. In terms of the Vespa Club Leichhardt, I think what the club represents and what we want people to know is it's about a sense of community and it's about inclusion. So we occasionally have riders come along, they don't ride Vespas. We're not going to look at them and go, sorry, you can't ride with us. Everyone is welcome. What we do find though is sometimes those people that aren't riding Vespas, and we had a person a couple of weeks ago who came along and they were like, oh wow, you guys look so great together. I want to be part of the team. And I said, well, of course you're part of the team. And he's like, nah. And he actually sold his bike and got a Vespa. Yeah, it's this sense of community. And I suppose the vision that I have for the club too is down the track when we sort of get more numbers, is that like I want to be able to give back to the community that we live in and help and maybe do fundraising. And yeah, for me, it's not just about riding, it's about a sense of community, a sense of wanting to give back. The friendships that we've created in the club are just, to me, timeless. I really love going to the Hawkesbury up near Bilpin. There's some really beautiful, it's the scenery for me that I really love when I'm riding and looking at all the greenery. Obviously I live in an urban jungle, so for me getting out, being one with nature is part of the reason why I ride. just give it a go and start off small. Do not get a bike that you cannot handle. Go up and down your street once you've gone through the process of purchasing, and ride with a group and ride with people that are going to look after you and make sure that you're safe, because the most important thing is you want to come back in one piece. For me, riding is about letting go the troubles of the week, anything that I'm worried about. I would even go so far as to say it's a form of meditation, because it's really important that you focus on what's going on ahead, what's behind you, and just being present. I think that's what riding has taught me. I would even go so far to say it's calmed me down. It helps me get rid of stress. And particularly on a sunny day like today, I can't wait to get out on the road, even if it's just to go down to the shops and just get something. I think if you are lonely, go and get a bike, go and join a club, because there's plenty of people you can hang out with.
Sharne and her mates at the Vespa Club Leichhardt rack up more Ks in a year than many other riders would do in a lifetime. Here's a review we did on a Vespa 300 where I covered over 1,000 kilometres in a weekend, which was a heap of fun.